very less time to just have an interaction at the beginning. So I had to cover many things today. So just we will have a quick introduction. So may I know, like, my name is Abha Pandit. It's already on the screen itself. But I just want to tell you that I am having almost 13 years of experience in the training and basically development, okay, in the IT. So I'm handling so many projects. So this is just a basically brief introduction that projects covers your data analytics, Power BI, so many other tools also I am having expertise in it. So just a small brief introduction. So just coming to Rahul. Rahul, can you just quickly introduce yourself? So I will understand like how you are and how I can help you out to learning these technologies. Rahul, am I audible to you?
Hello.
Yeah, Rahul.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
My name is Rahul Raj, and I am from currently pursuing BBA from IMS Ghaziabad
Okay.
with the specialization in data analytics field.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Good. Great. Then we are having Naitik. Naitik, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So
Uh,
Naitik,
my
can
name
you
is
just?
my name is Naitik Jaiswal. I am from Patna, Bihar. Currently, I am doing my BBA in Data Analytics and Marketing from IMS Ghaziabad University Courses campus.
That's cool. That's cool. So you are basically Rahul's batchmate, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Perfectly fine. Yeah, Sachin. Coming to Sachin.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Sachin. Yeah. Tell me.
My name is Sachin Baji, and currently I am also batchmate of Rahul and Ethics. So I am in business administration from IMS Ghaziabad and with the specialization of data analytics and marketing.
That's pretty cool. Good. Good. Great. Thank you, Sachin. Yeah, Jyoti.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, Jyoti.
Ma'am, my name is Jyoti Bhatti. I have done B in Computer Science from Alpine Institute of Technology, Ujjain. I have a 1 year and 7 months of experience in technical support, and now I'm searching for job in business development executive. But
Okay.
side by side, I want to complete my data analyst course.
Okay, thank you, Jyoti. It's really nice to interact with you. So I welcome you all. Okay, so let's begin with the topic. So, like, what is exactly the main objective of learning this basically technology? So, I today we will just have a brief understanding of the background, why the things are very important. It's a data. Okay, so it is irrespective of any company. Okay, it's not only the IT company. You picked up any kind of company, whether it is a bank, whether it is a insurance, whether it's a healthcare, or any other manufacturing industry, okay, you will find that all the industry, the major asset nowadays is a data. Okay, so there is a tremendous data. Okay, so there is a tremendous data with this organization, but where the problem is, they are not able to land with a particular outcome out of it. Okay, so it is very important to do the analytics. Okay, it's very important to analyze that data, but we cannot directly jump into the analyzing. Okay, so there are the steps. Okay, because the data is a random data. Okay, so that data need to be processed. Okay, so data need to be clean, data need to be basically segregate. Okay, the clusters need to be formed. So there is a process. Okay, and once that process has to be followed, after that we land with certain tools, and now using those tools we can come across with certain outcome of that data. Okay, so I hope you are connecting with me what exactly I'm trying to explain here. If anybody having any such kind of doubt during it, okay, please feel free to ask me. Okay, because I want that everybody should get an equal opportunity and chance to interact with me. Okay, so like wherever you find any difficulty, oh ma'am ye nahi samajh mein aaya mujhe, okay, I am here to help you out only. So please ask me n number of times, not only one time, n number of times you can ask the same question unless and until you don't get a clear out. Okay, is there is it clear to everyone? Fine. So I'm now
Yes,
switching
ma'am.
off my camera, okay, because I want a good wavelength between you and me. There is no basically falls into the network side. So I am just switching off my camera, and I hope like Shweta Kumari and Krishna Mirpuri is also joined with us. Okay, I welcome you. I am your trainer, okay, Shweta Kumari and Krishna Mirpuri. We will connect you after at the end of the session. Okay. So fine. So like what exactly your understanding? Can you just give me, say, this is a brief, just a basic I had given you. Okay, just a glimpse I had given you. But what exactly your understanding? Quickly, can anybody tell me like what is your understanding about the data analytics? Yes. If you not basically talk, how you are going to work with any company? Tell me. आपको बोलना पड़ेगा तभी जाके आप प्रोफेशनली प्रूफ कर सकोगे that you are knowing the things. Okay. So yeah.
Ma'am, extract the useful insights. It's a data analytics to help to make any business decision.
Right. So what are the steps actually involved into it?
Like data collection, organizing, interpreting, analysis, tabulation. That's a follow-up process in data analytics.
Right. So like if suppose I ask you like a tabulation, where you form the tabulation? Fine, I'm telling you, just quickly. I'm just sharing my screen, yeah. From Shweta Kumari to everyone, yeah, Tableau, okay. So using Tableau. So ideally, Shweta, Tableau is not for the tabulation, okay. Tableau is basically for the representation, okay. Matlab ek simple example, if suppose you had seen like a weather forecast, okay. So if everybody is using smartphones, right, okay. Now in the smartphones, if you just click on the weather forecast, you can easily observe the weather forecast for the coming days, okay, say maybe for 1 week, okay. So there are some up and downs there, okay. So that up and downs are coming with certain kind of data in it, okay. Ki 40% rain hai, 30% rain hai, 10% rain hai, there is a moisture in it, there is a air quality. So all these values, that values represent certain representation, and that representation come as a kind of basically visualization. Shweta, is it clear to you? Shweta, is it clear to you? Okay, perfectly fine. Now I am sharing quickly the screen and I'm just giving you few glimpses here, okay, so that you can easily basically understand what exactly I'm trying to explain today's topic. And then we gradually move into the technical part of the data analytics, okay, using SQL. Okay, now you may ask me like in my syllabus, there is Excel first. Why you are taking SQL? Why? Because Excel jo hai, that's a part of your Microsoft Excel. Many of you are aware about it. It's a very basic thing. But yes, definitely we get into the advanced side of it. Okay. But before to that, I want you should start with the SQL so that you get a more interest in it. Okay. In the data analytics side. Is this clear to everyone? Yeah. Okay, fine. So I'm just now considering with the very basic thing here. Okay. I'm just taking with a small, what I say, I'll just start with the simple. Just I will opening one simple doc for just session notes. Okay, if you want, you can also get it the session notes maybe after the session. Okay, so this is the session notes for today's session, that is the 7th August 2024. Okay, I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Please kindly acknowledge whether you are able to see the screen or not. Okay, so these are the session notes. I'm just giving you just a brief understanding about the data analytics. So what exactly the data analytics? It's not a just process, okay? It is not just a process, okay? It's just not a process, okay? It is consisting of a long journey, okay? Means what you are doing with the piece of data, okay? And how the data is actually useful for any organization. Useful for any organization, it means that empowers the organization. Okay, so it's a complete process, or we can say it's a complete journey. Okay, is this clear to you? So empowers the organization in what sense? It is used for informed decisions. Okay, so whatever be the decisions making by the organization within the organization, for that it also help us to predict the trends. Okay, so predict the trends. So maybe many of you are from the marketing background. or you may have a subject of marketing, so you can understand and relate how the marketing trends can be really related with the data analytics. So data is not only just IT, okay? ये सिर्फ software और IT नहीं है, okay? It is completely related with all the organizations, okay? And how it is improved, or we can say how it will improve. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Kindly just acknowledge. आप unmute करके भी बता सकते हो, any one of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
fine. Yeah, thank you. Because see, I thought if it is visible and if you are not able to see, what's the use of my session notes, right? So it is for you, so it has to be visible to you. Okay. So now this is my efficiency. Okay. So how I can improve my operational efficiency means what? Ki whatever data I am having, उसका यूज मैं कंप्लीट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के हर एक डिपार्टमेंट में हाउ आई कैन यूज इट ओके सो itself a data itself is a backbone of any organization for their strategic planning, okay, for their business planning, okay. And it's not only the organization, I said organization means all the organization including governments as well, okay. So government, non-government, IT, non-IT, banking, insurance, healthcare, so on and so forth. Is it clear? Now,
Yes, ma'am.
everyone is like inclined towards a data analyst as a basically role, right? So why we are learning this? Okay, so very simple, because I get a good knowledge on it and I will land it with my dream job like a data analyst, right? So how my journey will be? Okay, सिर्फ डेटा एनालिटिक्स पढ़ के या डेटा को किस तरीके से प्रोसेस किया जाता है वो पढ़ के will I get a good job? No, obviously not. At the same time, I must have a tools with it, because data analytics is a journey, as I told you. Okay, it's a complete process. So वो process सिर्फ data collection से लेके उसको बस manipulate कर दिया और just prove the reports and throw the reports. It's not like that. It is a complete process. अब ये process होता कैसे है? The process happens with the help of tools. Okay, so with the help of tools here. Okay, so what are the tools available for the data analytics itself in the, if we refer our syllabus itself? So can you just tell me quickly what are the tools we are going to learn here? So very first is Excel we are going to understand. After that we are having a SQL. Then we are having Power BI and then the Tableau. Yeah.
Ma'am, Python.
Python is not a tool. Yes, that's the reason I am coming to the step by step. Okay, so Python is not a tool. Okay, I'm not talking about a syllabus here. Please be clear with this. Okay, I'm talking about the concept here. So concept may what are the tools is needed, okay, to understand. So whenever you are going forward to analyze any data, okay, any data, आप आपके क्लास का डेटा एनालाइज करने वाले हो, समझ लो आप आपके पास लाइक यू आर हैविंग सम रिसेंट एग्जाम्स आर बीइंग कंडक्टेड, और उस एग्जाम जो कंडक्ट हुई है आपके पास 60 स्टूडेंट्स 30 स्टूडेंट्स का आपके पास एक डेटा है कि 6 सब्जेक्ट्स का एग्जाम हुआ, 30 students we appeared on it. Now you want to analyze it. Okay, so that's a data you are having. So what data ko how you will land it with a certain conclusion that out of 30 students, 5 are very good in say marketing, 3 are very good in mathematics, 4 are very good in some other basically maybe some other subjects. Okay, how you are going to land it? So that kind of process you are going to do it. Are you able to understand who had given me answer as a Python, or everyone? I am just asking you. Few chats are coming into, just let me check.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so basically हमको लगेगा tool, okay, because the tool is only we are having as what we can say the weapon. Okay, so using that weapon only we can land it with certain conclusion. Okay, so like Excel will give certain kind of data basically as a result. SQL will give a tabular structure of the data. Power BI will give you dashboards to visualize the data, okay, and generate the reports for strategic decision making. Tableau is also the same, like your visualizations and creating the dashboards. Okay, सो यहाँ पे हमको कुछ ग्राफिकल फॉर्मेट में डेटा मिलेगा, कुछ फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर फॉर्मेट में डेटा मिलेगा, समथिंग इज इनटू द सम लिटिल बिट इनटू मोर रिपोर्ट फॉर्मेट डेटा. ओके, सो दिस टूल्स आर गोइंग टू यूज फॉर फॉर्मेटिंग द डेटा. ओके, whereas in tools को inputs कहाँ से मिलेगा? How you will give the inputs? Okay, or suppose you are applying some statistical method. Okay, statistical method. So if you are applying some statistical method, some methods you are applying. Okay, suppose you want to basically you want to form a bell shape basically curve. You want to check like how under that curve what are the values are coming in, what are the values get out of that curve, and based on that you want to check. Then false matrix is one. So many statistical methods are there, so that also we are going to cover. Okay, you don't worry about that, I will cover everything. Okay, in fact beyond of it also I am going to cover if you ask me any questions. Okay, so ऐसा नहीं है कि जितना सिलेबस में मैं उतना ही पढ़ाने वाली हूँ. If you ask me few more questions of your own interest, I will definitely give you time to just interact with me in the doubt clearing session. There also we can have a chat and we can discuss your more interesting topic if you come across with. Okay, so I want everybody should get interaction. Okay, आप जितना मुझसे पूछोगे उतना मैं आपको बताऊंगी. Okay, otherwise whatever there in my syllabus I will be delivering. Okay, but I want you should interact. You should interact. Ask me many questions. Ask me more and more questions. Okay, fine. So I am talking about now how we give the inputs, how we generate that statistical methods, formulas. Okay, so when I come with the formulas generation, when I want to do certain basically logic development or a logic building, that time I need a programming language, because without programming language I can't do this. Okay, without programming language I can't do this. So how I am going to use there? Giving inputs to my system, giving basically certain parameters to my system. How I can give it? Using programming language, and there I will introduce with the Python programming. Are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you have any kind of doubt, please ask me. I'm giving you 2 minutes. If anyone having any kind of confusion between tools and this programming language. So Python is not a tool. Python is a programming language. इसके through हम inputs देंगे. किसको देंगे? Tools को देंगे. और फिर tools काम करना शुरू करेगा. It's just like that. Okay, it is just like a petrol. Okay, जैसे हमको गाड़ी चलाना है. Everybody drives, right? टू व्हीलर तो मिनिमम आप ड्राइव करते ही है. तो टू व्हीलर में हम क्या भरते हैं? पेट्रोल भरते हैं. अगर पेट्रोल नहीं रहेगा तो टू व्हीलर चलेगा क्या? नहीं चलेगा. So just like that. If you know the Python, you can give the instructions. Now, how you will give the instructions? So we are having libraries. Okay, so these Python libraries are like a pandas we are having. Okay, then we are having NumPy we are having. You might be heard about these libraries, right? Matplot is one another. Matplot is basically for drawing the plots, right? Drawing the basically some graphics on it. Okay, so Matplot is another one. Okay, there are many, basically TensorFlow. So if you get into much more detail of the libraries, there are thousands of libraries available in the Python. Okay, but for the data analytics, what we are going to talk, we will be talk about Python, NumPy, and the basically the libraries which are basically required for the data analytics. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I just want, like, suppose I decided that after completion of this course, I want to get into some internship or I want to get into the job like a data analyst. तो आपको क्या क्या चाहिए, आपको क्या क्या अच्छे से पढ़ना चाहिए? Here we concluded what we need to understand here. I need to understand statistics. मुझे क्या क्या methods आनी चाहिए? Okay, how I can handle the data using statistics. Okay, एवरेज निकालना है, मीन निकालना है, रिग्रेशन निकालना है, कोरिलेशन निकालना है, डेविएशन चेक करना है. Okay, how I can basically relate the data. It's a very simple logic. Suppose you just ask anyone, like we buy many products from the malls, right? So if you just see that there are certain time period where the certain products in more into the offer, right? Why that offer is coming out? Okay, किस चीज पे ऑफर देना है? Okay, कौन से टाइम पे और in which year of the basically in month we had to give more offers. So such kind of decisions can be taken with the help of certain statistical methods. Okay, regression, correlation. It's simple logic. Suppose there are the there is a now we are having monsoon in India, right? So everywhere the raining. Okay, so all over India the raining is going. Okay, so if you just ask like any nearby general store, you will find their raincoats, you will find their umbrellas, you will find their the things which are related with the current weather, like a raining. Okay, so such kind of basically products, they will come with the certain offers. Okay, and how? Because there is a need ना. आज आपके कस्टमर में सबसे ज्यादा 10 में से 5 लोग what they are going to buy, they will be buying the basically current situation को handle करने वाली products they will be going to buy. Okay, so such kind of products they will be keeping together or in front of the basically customer, so that whenever customer visit any shop or a mall, they can get it easily. They can understand, oh, this is on the offer. Okay, so I'll get a one umbrella with one something or two umbrella with something like that. They are there. Okay, suppose like if you just check it with the mall very detailed, so you will find that when the June, Julys are there, now when the June and July month is there, you will find so many stationery products in the front of your basically entry. Why? Because that is the time of reopening the schools and colleges. Okay, so people tend to buy stationery, tend to buy books, tend to buy notebooks, tend to buy bags like that. Okay, so such kind of things happen. How they are happening? Because there are the certain tools applied there. It's not a simple कि हाँ भैया ये होने वाला इसलिए रख दिया. It's not like that. It's not like that. Okay, it is basically calculated with certain discounts. Okay, how that how much sell would be. Okay, how I had to make a basically stock even. Okay, how I have to maintain my inventory, how much level of inventory I had to maintain. Everything is being calculated. Okay, so that is completely data only, and we had to calculate. And when it comes to calculate, it is nothing is your data analytics. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I hope I'm pretty quickly talking. Okay, so मैं काफी fast बोल रही हूँ, शायद आपको लग रहा होगा, but we are having only 1 hour to cover so many things. Okay, so maybe आज थोड़ा सा आपको लगेगा कि मैं बहुत fast बोलती हूँ, but it is not like that. Okay, you can come anytime after the session. I'll definitely give you much time. Okay, but today we are having 1 hour to understand each other and understand the syllabus, and let's to start with the SQL. Okay, so now as a data analytics, now tell me what are the things we need. Tell me quickly. कोई भी एक कोई बता.
Ma'am, as in the tools and the programming language, that way.
Yeah, in all what package I want. मतलब मेरे bucket में क्या क्या होना चाहिए? Being a data analytics, this is my question.
Ma'am, ये जो सारे tools हैं, like visualization tools like Excel, Power BI, Tableau, and then like database programming language SQL, like SQL, and then Python.
Exactly. So if I want to be a data analyst, okay, so as a role, if I just talk about a data analyst, okay, or analytics engineer or data analytics specialist, so many basically different names are there, but their roles and responsibilities are same only. Okay, they handle the data and they use all these things which we above discussed and mentioned on the screen itself. Okay, so कुछ companies सिर्फ SQL पे काम करती, कुछ companies SQL और Power BI पे काम करती, some companies are only using Excel. Okay, but they are doing data analytics only, and their employees who are working as a data analyst, they are just working for the data. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we will start with a very interesting topic. How many of you know SQL? Anytime before, or everybody is new to SQL?
I know like the basics of MySQL, if like it's somewhere related to SQL. So I know a bit of MySQL. It was taught in college.
Similar kind of things only. Okay. Remaining, they are completely new to the SQL. I consider that.
I know beginner level, ma'am. I using PostgreSQL.
Okay, okay. But you know the technicality about any database. I'm just talking about the technical things about the topic. Okay. Anyone?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
In SQL, we can perform CRUD operation like create, update, delete.
Yeah. But what exactly that operation is? At a logical level, physical level, or design level? This is my question is.
Ma'am, in SQL, like we can basically manipulate the structure of the tables and like create new tables.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. But what basically use, or I mean to say, my question, I again reframe it. Okay, why I want to learn SQL?
ma'am, in order to understand the structures of tables.
Uh, okay, and what is table is?
Ma'am, a table, like the basic definition is like a collection of rows and columns.
Exactly, but where these tables come into it? मतलब कहाँ से
Ma'am,
आएगी?
ma'am, from the data like we get from the source.
But you directly get the tables?
No, ma'am. Like we get the data, and then we have to create those tables in order to put the data in a structural and in an organized way.
Okay, but how we are going to do that? This is the question now.
I'm using
We
the
store the data.
EDL, DML languages like that are present in SQL, I guess.
वो तो next level हुआ. पहले मुझे table ही कैसे बनाना है? मतलब this is my question is.
Ma'am, for first creating a table, I guess we
By
first need
running
to create
query.
a database. Because if there will be no database, we can't create any tables in SQL. And after that, every table has entities, and ma'am, like all the entities have attributes.
Okay, let me just give you a very basic example. Okay, let's say this is my data. Everybody is able to see that I had typed 2, 3, 4. What do you understand by this?
Ma'am, nothing.
Nothing, right? Nobody here. Just I had typed. You may feel गलती से type हो गया. You may feel like that, right? Some people may feel like that's a गलती से print हो गया शायद. But if suppose I just give this is the, say for example, employee ID. What do you understand by this now?
Ma'am, SQL query.
The employee ID of a employee is 234.
Exactly. So when it is an employee ID, okay. So I am just understanding that it is related to the employee. Understood? It is related to employee. Related. Are you understanding? Having certain relation. Are you able to understand? See, basically, when we talk about any database, okay, आपने SQL पढ़ा है, MySQL पढ़ा है, Postgres पढ़ा है, Oracle पढ़ा है, okay, it is irrespective of this complete names. First, understand technicality about the database, okay. So SQL is a relational database, okay. What is relational database? Where
Database is one like which has in which there are many entities, basically objects, and each object has a relation with each other.
Exactly. So if I just if I recollect the things, okay, like SQL is like is the most popular database around the world. Okay, एक तो simple logic है. SQL जो है वो Microsoft का product है. Do you know this?
Yes,
it's a
ma'am.
Microsoft product. Okay, so as like from childhood, if I just consider, okay, your childhood, okay, I am having 14 years of experience, so definitely मैं आपसे काफी बड़ी हूँ. But I'm just telling you, your childhood, you are just looking into Microsoft tools, right? Word पे काम करते हो, PowerPoint पे काम करते हो, college में submissions, school के submissions, project submission, everything you did on the Microsoft tools, right? So Microsoft, if you just observe, Microsoft making a very easy tools to user friendly. So MS SQL क्यों popular है? Because it is user friendly too. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. और ये सबसे easy है किसी के लिए भी. आप technical हो, non technical हो, BA के background के हो, BCom के background के हो, या आप engineer हो. It doesn't matter to understand this. It's a very simple tool. First thing. Okay. Now we are learning this because it's a relational database tool. Now, what is relational database? Basically, relational database means there is a relation. Okay, there is a relation, and we are going to establish that relation in the format of rows and columns. Now, if you just consider above example, okay, अब ये employee ID है, okay, then I have employee ID, okay, एक simple table form करते हैं. Let's say we will inserting a small table here. So here I am having employee ID, and here I am having value or description, whatever may be. Okay, so here I am having employee ID. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, and say value may be some department name. Okay, so I'm just having say sales department. Okay, so this value can be sales department. DPT. Are you getting now what I'm trying to explain here? 4, 5, 6, some say marketing or say marketing department. Okay. Suppose while another value I'm just taking some IT department. Okay, like that. So what exactly we are understanding that certain kind of employee IDs belongs to certain department. So there is a relationship. Okay. So with the help of this value itself, okay, employee ID जैसे मुझे मिला और अगर उसका respected कुछ और information if I get it, I can easily form a table. Is this clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It's very simple. In fact, if you just consider, अभी just forget about this relational database. हम एक general पहले understand करने की कोशिश करते हैं. Okay, एक simple सा logic लेते हैं. If you just if anybody asks you to just go to market and buy something for a whole month, okay, हमारे घर में जैसे like you might be in your hostel or you might be in your basically house. So you normally do the practice कि every month like second, first or second को your parents might be go into the market and buy some groceries, buy some daily basically needs for a whole month, right? It's a very normal practice in the Indian homes. Okay, so उसमें बहुत सारे list item होता है. Okay, कुछ grocery जो है that is basically for the maybe we can call as a grocery items. Okay, so grocery items. Okay, some are basically if I just talk about some stationery item. Okay, stationery items, and some are for the food items. Okay, in the grocery item we can have a staples. Staples मतलब आपको समझ में आता है क्या? Staples or maybe the pulses. We can consider the pulses, right? तो दालें हो गई, चावल हो गया, आटा हो गया, all that stuff is coming under the staple category. तो ये category हो गई. Are you getting my point? How we are relate with the basic things here? Are you understanding or not understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, अब stationery item. अब हर रोज तो मतलब every month we don't need a stationery, but sometimes if we need a stationery, तो अगर हम एक list बना रहे हैं, तो we can segregate that list. एक general list को हम segregation कर सकते हैं. So maybe we need a notebooks. We need certain papers. Okay, so maybe some blank papers we need. Okay, maybe some other stuff like we need a pen. Okay, simple example I'm talking about. Okay, so such kind of coming under the stationery item. And then we are having food item. So food item में आ गया biscuits, right? We have after that we have biscuits, then we are having bread, then we are having butter. So these are all coming under the food items. So itself in general अगर हम हमारे घर में ही देखें, so we are having segregation of the items. And what are these items are? If you just look into it, these items are also the data. Don't you think so? अगर आपको मैंने बोला कि आपके पास 10,000 है और 10,000 में if your parents ask you given you a task, okay, कि बेटा ये 5,000 है, इस महीने का आपको खर्चा देखना है. So you will going to calculate each and everything, right or not? Tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, you are going to segregate कि मेरा खर्चा कितना रहेगा. 3,000 का अगर मैं grocery ला रहा हूँ, 1,000 का I am going for the food item. So how much I will spend on the stationery, whether the stationery is important or not. If you just don't want a stationery, then you can more spend on the grocery item and then the food item, which is necessity of the family, right? So such kind of analysis you will do it. Yes or no? Simple.
Yes, ma'am.
Basic thing I am talking about. कुछ भी नहीं है इसमें, मैं कुछ भी tool technology की बात ही नहीं कर रही हूँ आज. So like basically when it comes to any data, okay, अब ये क्या है, ये लिस्ट है, तो ये लिस्ट सेग्रीगेटेड, हमने सेग्रीगेशन कर दिया है, इनको रिलेशन में डाल दिया कि ये ग्रोसरी आइटम है, कुछ 10-15 हमारे ग्रोसरी आइटम रहेंगे, 4-5 हमारे स्टेशनरी आइटम रहेंगे, फूड आइटम्स रहेंगे 10-15, और फिर उसको हम एनालाइज करेंगे कि इतना हमारा जो वैल्यू है आउट ऑफ 5000, if I am spending 3000 in the grocery item, remaining thing I had to adjust into the food item in the stationery item. So this is kind of assignment. You can do it, but ideally when you while doing it, okay, आप कोई टूल का यूज नहीं कर रहे हो, वो आप इंटरनली आपके ब्रेन में प्रोसेस हो रहा है, एंड दैट प्रोसेस इज नथिंग, इज द एनालिटिक्स यू आर डूइंग, ओके। और वही एनालिटिक्स जब बहुत ह्यूज डेटा रहता है, so that we can perform using the above tools, okay, and the very basic and first tool we are going to talk is SQL tool, because there we will be establishing the relationship between the data and how that relationship actually help us to basically land with certain conclusion, okay. Is this clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's begin with the SQL. I hope my screen is visible, and I'm now starting with the SQL. So what exactly the data? Okay, so today remaining half an hour we will be talking about this all thing. We'll try to finish, okay. If it is not getting finished, we will continue in the next topic, okay, or next session, okay. So what is data? Database, examples, and why we need a database, and what exactly the database software, okay, and the models. The most important thing here, we are going to talk about models. So quickly start with, what do you mean by data? Data is nothing, it's an individual fact, okay. So as I told you, just give an example, 2, 3, 4. जब मैंने सिर्फ 2, 3, 4 लिखा था, nobody is able to understand what it is being written. But immediately when I said roll number or employee ID, you can relate, oh, it's a related to employee. Oh, it's a related to student, right? Or if it is account number, so it's clearly related with certain basically bank or something, account holder, right? So this is a very simple thing we are talking, okay. Now how it is being technically we are going to store, or we do it how when it's the data are the set of values, okay. सिर्फ एक simple है तो हम समझ पा रहे हैं, लेकिन just imagine if there are the thousands of data, okay, thousands of IDs are there, roll numbers are there, or employee IDs are there, or maybe the account number are there. So how we can store that data qualitatively, basically I mean to say quantitatively data, how we can handle it, and out of that quantitatively data, how we can come across with the qualitative result, and that we can do with the help of database management system, okay. Now let me talk about a very simple thing here. You are very comfortable with this terminologies, हम use करते हैं ये terminology, but I'll tell you, okay. So earlier days this ये सारी चीजें नहीं थी. Data analyst जो concept है ना, मतलब ये role itself, मतलब कंपनी में ये role ही अभी recently 10 साल में introduced हुआ है. उसके पहले ये कोई था ही नहीं काम. क्यों नहीं था? Because हमारे पास इतना डेटा ही नहीं था, ट्रिमेंडस डेटा नहीं था. बट नाउ वी आर जनरेटिंग ट्रिमेंडस डेटा. जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड, आज जो मेरा सेशन हो रहा है आपके साथ, लाइक 1 hour वी आर जनरेटिंग डेटा. नाउ यू मे से वहां कहाँ जनरेट हो रहा है डेटा? इट इज बीइंग रिकॉर्डेड, ओके. व्हेन इट इज बीइंग रिकॉर्डेड, तो सम डेटा इज बीइंग कंज्यूम, एम आई राइट? सम कहीं तो जाके स्टोर होगा ना. 1 GB 2 GB का आज का सेशन. आर यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so like a data, so in around us the tremendous data is generating. It's not only the session I am talking about. Just search Instagram, कितने reels हैं, thousands of reels. आप 2 घंटे 4 घंटे पूरा दिन भी बिता दोगे तो आपके पास का डेटा खत्म नहीं होने वाला है, राइट? आप देखते जाओगे अलग अलग रील्स, अलग अलग टाइप, अलग अलग वैरायटीज, अलग अलग ट्रेंड्स, everything you will find it, right? alag alag hacks, alag alag dance, alag alag cooking, and alag alag fashion. So many things are in that Instagram, right? So tremendous data is being generated, okay. So not only Instagram I'm talking about, but if you just consider every system, okay, every applications which we are using, okay, we are using or the companies are using, they are generating tremendous amount of data. So earlier data was very small unit, like bit byte, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte. वहां तक ठीक था, हम सब कंट्रोल कर सकते थे हमारे अकेले सिस्टम में। सर्वर एक छोटा सा एप्लीकेशन हमारे पास, अगर कंप्यूटर है कुछ हाई एंड कॉन्फ़िगरेशन का, सो companies are able to handle it. But once the tremendous real time data is being generated or generate ho raha hai, it's being generating, so out of that data every organization want certain analytics out of it, and for that we need to get into much more detail or dive into it. Okay, therefore we had to learn data analytics. Okay, now this is a very what I say, basic thing. I'm just put it into it. During earlier computer days, data was collected and stored into the tabs. Okay, एक tab होता था, मतलब you might knowing or not knowing, there were the floppy drives, there were the big magnetic drives were there. फिर CD का प्रचलन आया. Okay, so CD is one of the compact basically approach. But over the time, data हम कहाँ store कर सकते हैं, which means like data is continuously generating. Okay, so we need to find out कि ये किस तरीके से relate करके उसको optimize way में we had to store it so that we can find out certain outcome out of it. Okay, got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, nowadays we are having cloud. If you might heard about ki cloud pe data hai. Everybody, I am very sure that you are using all these applications. Instagram पे आप सभी होंगे, आपने Spotify यूज किया होगा. What are they? They are cloud applications. Okay, उनका जो डेटा है या जो आपके पास कंटिन्यूअस रील्स आते हैं या whatever be the data coming from the Spotify, podcast, everything which is available, वो आपके मोबाइल का डेटा कंज्यूम नहीं करते, वो आपके मोबाइल का इंटरनल स्टोरेज नहीं कंज्यूम करते. वो तो आप जैसे इंटरनेट पे कनेक्टेड हो, आप सर्च करोगे, you will start listening the song. You will start searching Instagram reels, you will find out thousands and thousands of reels in your basically mobile, but it is not getting stored unless and until you try to store it, right? How it is possible? This is the optimal way of data access. Okay, क्योंकि वो डेटा आपके ड्राइव पे नहीं है, आपके इंटरनल जो ड्राइव है मोबाइल का उस पे नहीं है, बट आप देख पा रहे हो. Why you are able to see this? Because that data is available somewhere in the cloud. Got it? Okay, and how it is easily possible? That is possible because there are so many tremendous infrastructure, or we can say there are so many technology involved in it. We are not going to get into it, but मैं आपको just बता रही हूँ कि उसके लिए काफी टेक्नोलॉजी है जो काम कर रही है, जिसका हमको कोई काम नहीं है. हमको तो ये देखना है कि ये डेटा कैसे मैनेज हो रहा है. ओके, so this data is basically managed because we are having some database management approach. अब ये approach है. Okay, ये practice है. I hope you are like aware about the practices. Okay, मतलब ये एक ऐसे लिखे हुए कुछ rules है. Okay, कि आप ऐसे follow करो तो आपका डेटा बहुत अच्छे तरीके से मैनेज होगा. This is what is the database management system. Okay, so database is a collection of related data. Okay, now it should be organized in such a way that can be easily accessed, managed, and updated. It's a very simple thing. Okay, I'll give you a very basic example right now only, but I'm just telling you for definition. Database is an organized collection of a structured information. It's very important that जब हम SQL की बात करते हैं या जब हम data analytics की बात करते हैं, so we are handling structured data. Okay, structured data means the data must be in certain format. Okay, certain under the parameters. Okay, so that is a structured data we are talking about. Okay, and that data is electronically stored. Electronically stored means किसी कंप्यूटर में या किसी लैपटॉप में वो स्टोर होना चाहिए. So that is a concept of your database. Okay, now this is the example. Look at the example. Okay, this is a very simple image. What do you understand by this image?
Ma'am, in the first image, like we can see that everything has labels on them and it is organized in a proper way. Whereas in the second image, like everything is unorganized. So we can say that the first image kind of resembles structured data, whereas the second image kind of resembles unstructured data.
No. If you just keenly observe in the second image also, you will find the yellow tags over there. Can you just able to see that yellow tags are there,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
right? So it is also organized. We cannot say it's not organized. I'll just tell you a very simple example, okay? मान लो, like everybody is comfortable in Hindi or anyone is difficult to understand Hindi? Anyone? So shall I consider that? Yeah. Anyone is having problem to understand Hindi? Okay, I'm considering that everybody is comfortable with Hindi. Okay, so I'm just telling just example. Let's say example. Okay, if I want to cook biryani. Okay, why I take an example of biryani? Because biryani needs so many ingredients. Okay, I don't know whether you are aware or not, but your mother surely help you out. कि biryani में बहुत time लगता है, right? So why? Because it consisting of so many ingredients. Okay, now what I decided, I want to basically prepare biryani. Okay, so what I'll do is I look into my kitchen. Okay, so there is a basically shelf like the earlier one जो अभी यहाँ पे दिखाई दे रहा है ना. So this is kind of basically shelf. If I am having, for example, if I am having, then it is very easy for me to find out basic ingredients which are needed for prepare the biryani. Because if you just look and properly, you will understand. अगर मैंने सामान अच्छे से जमा के रखा होगा तो मुझे सामान टाइम पे मिलेगा. Okay, so I can easily cook and prepare the biryani. But where else? Just imagine, just opposite of it. The things are not properly organized. Okay, things are not properly organized. It's so much in the scattered. कुछ bags में है, कुछ polythene में है, कुछ एक ही box में सारे कुछ चीजें रखी हुई है. So it is very difficult to take the decision. So what I had to do is, मुझे फिर से market जाना पड़ेगा उस time पे जब मुझे बिरयानी बनाना है. I had to buy something which is needed. Okay, and again come back to home and I had to prepare the biryani. Okay, so this had to basically normally I had to do it if my things are not properly organized. What are the problem I face there if the my food storage or my pantry is not properly organized? Tell me quickly.
Ma'am, if like it's not properly organized, then it will take us more time to like find the ingredients, and then the whole process will take more time.
Exactly. And the second thing, सामान होते सोते भी मुझे फिर से मार्केट जाना पड़ रहा है, मुझे पैसे खर्च करने पड़ रहे क्योंकि वो मुझे टाइम पे नहीं मिल रहा है. Are you understanding this?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So what exactly मेरा टाइम जा रहा है, मेरे रिसोर्सेज जा रहा है, मेरे घर की जगह भी जा रही है, जो मेरा मतलब जो पेंट्री है वो तो भरा पड़ा हुआ है लेकिन मुझे टाइम पे कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है. सो मेरा स्टोरेज भी जा रहा है, स्पेस भी जा रहा है, फिजिकल स्पेस इज ऑल्सो वेस्टेज, resources are also getting wastage, and the time is also getting waste here. Okay, so what is the best solution for it? मुझे हमेशा पेंट्री जिस तरीके से इमेज में है वैसे जमा के रखनी चाहिए, so that at any moment I want to prepare anything, I am ready to find it. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, if you just go into the second example, which I had quoted here, the medical store. Okay, all over India, not only India, all over world, I am just taking the example. If you go to any medical store, okay, and if you ask any basically medicine there, within a fraction of basically minutes or sometime within a 2-3 minutes of time, that medical store wala give you that medicine, exact medicine. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
How it is possible? Can you just tell me how it is possible?
Ma'am, can you like ask the question again?
Yeah. See, if suppose like you go to any medical store, okay, मतलब किसी भी जगह पे चले जाओ आप, like whether you are in Ghaziabad, whether you are in Noida, whether you are in Chennai or a Pune or a Mumbai, any location around the globe, even if you are in the New Jersey also, I'm just taking. If you are in the Toronto, you are also, I'm just taking that example. If you just go to any medical store, okay, or a drug store, okay, so you will just give or ask any medicine to that basically medical store wala, so he or she give you that medicine, exact medicine within a fraction of time, or maybe say within a 2-3 minutes of time. How it is possible?
Ma'am, because I guess there are multiple copies of that medicine. Like the production company makes that medicine in a big quantity. That's why like and it is supplied everywhere.
हाँ, पर अब जैसे अगर मान लो कि दुकान में अच्छे से जमा के नहीं रखा हो, स्कैटर्डली रखा हो, बॉक्स में रख दिए, भर के रख दिए चीजें, तो वो दे पाएगा क्या?
No ma'am, like we have to preserve it properly. अच्छे से रखनी होगी.
या वी हैड टू
ऑर्गेनाइज
मेंटेन
ऑर्गेनाइज वे में.
Exactly, we had to maintain it into the organized way. So if you just properly observe the second image also, you will find that there are the yellow tags mentioned or every basically in front of the medicine or basically product, which actually represents the relative basically things in that row only. Okay, suppose there is a painkiller. Okay, so that painkiller is in certain particular way only organized. Suppose there is an ointment, or if there is something related to maybe some skin related things, so it is in the proper organization. Agar these stores are not properly organized, it is very difficult to give the product or sell the product on proper time. Okay, वो बोलेगा आप आधे घंटे बाद आना, मैं आपकी मेडिसिन ढूंढ के रखता हूँ। तो आप जाओगे क्या ऐसे मेडिसिन स्टोर पे? यू टेल मी,
No ma'am.
राइट? बिकॉज we need to understand the severity. Okay, अगर ये मेडिकल स्टोर अगर किसी हॉस्पिटल से कनेक्टेड हो तो उसको बहुत ही ऑर्गेनाइज रहना जरूरी है, बिकॉज हॉस्पिटल्स कनेक्टेड मेडिकल स्टोर्स आर वेरी बेसिकली हाई क्रिटिकल बेसिकली सिचुएशन। वहां पे आपको विक्स की गोली कभी नहीं मिलेगी। यू विल नॉट गेट अ विक्स की गोली इन द मेडिकल स्टोर विच इज completely connected with the hospital, because they are not selling विक्स की गोली, they are selling the critical basically medicines which are really needed. Okay, so you will find a very quick response from that medical store vendor, because they are organizing their store in that order only. Understood? And because their customers are in that basically what I say in hurry. ओके, क्योंकि अगर आपको मेडिसिन दिया है, आपको प्रिस्क्रिप्शन दिया है डॉक्टर ने, और आपको बोला है कि जस्ट गेट इट विद इन 10 मिनट्स ऑफ टाइम, और वो मेडिकल स्टोर वाला बोलता है आना आधे घंटे बाद, सो व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ इट? नो यूज, राइट? सो इट हैज टू बी ऑर्गेनाइज्ड प्रॉपर्ली। ओके, सिमिलर अब ये एग्जांपल को हम रिलेट करेंगे हमारे डेटाबेस से और डेटा एनालिटिक्स से। हमारे पास डेटा है, ओके, ट्रिमेंडस डेटा है, ओके, बट अगर वो ऑर्गेनाइज्ड ही नहीं है तो हम उससे कंक्लूजन कैसे निकालेंगे? राइट? सपोज योर बॉस आस्क यू टू जनरेट सर्टेन रिपोर्ट्स, ओके, so just do the analysis for a particular product and just give me what could be the basically cost, or what could be the pricing for it. Okay, तो आपके पास बहुत सारा डेटा है लेकिन आप ऑर्गेनाइज ही नहीं रखे हो, तो आपको करते आएगा ये सारे एनालिसिस? ऑब्वियसली नॉट, राइट? फॉर दैट you have to make the data in the proper organized manner. Got it? If it is related to a particular product, say A, तो A product के related सारा data आपके पास store होना चाहिए। वो कैसे store होगा? In the relational database management system. Okay, अब ये जो database management system है, ये एक approach है। As I told you, it's a approach, it's a practice. ये practice के लिए we are having certain set of softwares. ओके, तो माई सिक्वल हो गया, ये एक सॉफ्टवेयर है, या आई मीन टू से टूल है। हमारे मतलब डेटा एनालिटिक्स के टर्मिनोलॉजी में इसको टूल कहते हैं। सो वी आर हैविंग माई सिक्वल, ओरेकल, सिक्वल सर्वर, IBM, पोस्टग्रेस, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एक्सेस। ओके, सो दीज आर ऑल द टूल्स available to store the data. Is it clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, how we will get it? How we'll get it? This tool, this part we will be talking little later. First, let me explain you where to get this tool. Okay, I hope everybody is using basically a laptop with them.
Yes ma'am.
Now I'm just showing you how to install SQL. Okay, so you have to install SQL as a Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, आप लगे तो स्टेप्स नोट कर लीजिए। ओके, सो इन योर मीन टाइम या आपके फ्री टाइम में आप ये थोड़ा एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हो। ओके, व्हाट यू हैव टू सपोज टू इंस्टॉल, you have to install Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. It also called as SSMS. Okay, मैं क्यों ये आपको सर्वर साइड इंस्टॉलेशन बता रही हूँ? ओके, क्योंकि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जो बड़े कॉर्पोरेट्स होते हैं, दे नॉर्मली यूज SQL बेसिकली सर्वर मैनेजमेंट स्टूडियो SSMS. ओके, आप बहुत से बार आपने कभी जॉब ओपनिंग्स में भी यू मे फाइंड दिस वर्ड SSMS. ओके, you may find this word as a SSMS. Okay, so you have to install SSMS. Okay, now it is a freeware. ये free software है. Okay, so how you are going to download it? You have to just go to the SQL Server option here. Okay, and then you have to just click on the download SQL Server. Okay, before to that, I just want to clear everyone. Okay, I want to clear everyone. अगर आपका लैपटॉप upgraded है, I mean to say i5 के above version वाला है. Okay, if you are using Mac, that's a different thing. But if you are using a simple, basically Windows laptops, I am just talking about the configuration which is above i5. Okay, processor Intel Core i5 and above. Okay, with the ample, basically good GB or RAM. Okay, like a 120 or 8 or 64 GB RAM. Then you can easily just click on the download SQL Server. Okay, and good to go with. Okay, तो वहां पे आपको लेटेस्ट सर्वर मिलेगा. Okay, that is of your SQL Server 2022 or maybe 2020. Okay, but okay, if your laptop is little older version और आपको ऐसे लग रहा है लैपटॉप बहुत स्लो है मेरा और मैं अगर ये इंस्टॉल कर लूंगा तो और स्लो हो जाएगा, don't worry, you can select the version here. Okay, you can select the version here. Okay, so you can go SQL Server. Okay, you will find the little lesser older version. So you can go with the 2017 also, you can go with the 2019 also. Okay, कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि टॉप जो लेटेस्ट है वही लेना है, क्योंकि हम कोई डेवलपर का काम नहीं करने वाले हैं. हमको सिर्फ डेटा स्टोर करके एनालिटिक्स करना है, तो हम तो स्टोर कहीं पे भी कर सकते हैं. ओके, इट इज जस्ट लाइक दैट. सो वी कैन हैव एनी वर्जन ऑफ द SQL हियर. आपको समझ में आ रहा है ना मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ? ये टेक्निकल चीजें डिस्कस हो रही है. एवरीबॉडी इज
Yes,
कंफर्टेबल
ma'am.
टू अंडरस्टैंड?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you please tell how to like download this for Mac?
Same process.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, there is no different process, this is same process. क्योंकि आपको मतलब डाउनलोड तो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट के ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट से ही करना पड़ेगा, तो वो मैक बराबर वो कॉन्फ़िगर हो जाता है मैक में. देयर विल बी नो प्रॉब्लम. ओके,
Okay, ma'am.
okay, so you have to install any one of it. Now I'll show you what exactly I am having. Okay, so SS, I am having SQL Server 18. If you are able to see, I am now opening SQL Server 18 in my laptop. So you will find such kind of basically environment. Okay, it is little bit I mean to say little heavy kind of basically application है ये, क्योंकि ये टूल है. ओके, तो इसको थोड़ा सा इंस्टॉल होने में भी टाइम लगता है. यू हैव टू बी लिटिल पेशेंटफुल एंड यू कैन इंस्टॉल इट. ओके, देन वंस इट इज बीइंग इंस्टॉल्ड, आपके ड्यूरिंग इंस्टॉलेशन में कुछ स्टेप्स होंगे, थोड़ा टेक्निकल स्टेप्स होंगी, उसमें आपको सर्वर नेम देना पड़ेगा. सो यू डोंट नीड टू वरी अबाउट अ सर्वर नेम. आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, आपके लैपटॉप का नेम होता है, हर एक के लैपटॉप का एक नाम होता है. ओके, सो दैट नेम यू नीड टू बी first copy it. I'll just show you. Everybody is comfortable now what I am actually telling. Just try to focus. If you find any difficulty, you can connect with your basically in your college or basically in your campus you may have a labs. So वहाँ पे जो lab assistant होते हैं या lab instructor होते हैं, you can take the help from them also. Okay, they will definitely help you out with that. But I'm just telling you, in the control panel, if you just go to the control panel, okay, so in that control panel, or we can say you will find your name or here. Okay, user account and appearance जहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है वहीं पे आपका जो खुद का कंप्यूटर का हर एक का नाम होता है, you will get it over there. Got it? Are you able to understand, or shall I explain you again repeatedly, or you are checking?
What?
Look at this. I'm actually, look at this. So what is the version system name? Are you able to see on my screen? OS version, OS description, OS manufacturer, एंड देन सिस्टम नेम 5th नंबर पे देखना आप, अगर आपके इस पे आप ओपन करके चेक करोगे सिस्टम इंफॉर्मेशन, यू विल फाइंड इट द नेम और हियर, ये नेम आपका, आप जब उसको इंस्टॉल करोगे ना आपके SQL सर्वर पे, SQL सर्वर में आपको लगेगा ये नाम। ओके, तो हो सकता है आपका खुद का नाम हो, एडमिन नाम हो, जो भी नाम होगा, ओके, वो सिस्टम जनरेटेड नेम रहता है। जब आप इंस्टॉलेशन करते हो आपका विंडोज, तभी वो मतलब असाइन होता है। यू हैव टू जस्ट टेक दैट नेम, ओके, एंड यू हैव टू जस्ट गिव इट टू योर basically SQL server, okay, as a server name, okay. Make it only Windows authentication, okay, make it only Windows authentication, okay, and then connect it. अब ये हमने हमारे सर्वर से कनेक्ट हो गया। अब यहाँ पे क्या क्या है, यहाँ पे है डेटाबेस, ओके। तो जो डेटा होता है वो हमेशा डेटाबेस में स्टोर होता है, और डेटाबेस में होते हैं टेबल्स, और टेबल्स में जाता है हमारा एक्चुअल डेटा, और फिर वो डेटा हम कैसे प्रोसेस करेंगे, ये डेटाबेस कैसे बनेंगे, ये कैसे टेबल्स बनेंगे, हम इसको कैसे प्रोसेस करेंगे, दैट वी आर गोइंग टू सी वेरी सून, ओके। आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड दिस।
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Coming to the SQL installation, I would also again repeat, आपको अगर थोड़ा सा भी ऐसे लग रहा है ये बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, ये कैसे होगा, I don't think so it is very difficult. आप लोग इतने मतलब you are in the world of Gen Z, okay, so I don't think so there is any difficulty for you. But still, if you find any kind of difficulty, you can get connected with your lab instructor or some IT related basically friend, or else you can connect with me, okay. Okay, I hope we understood today's basically things. We started with the data analytics, what is the importance, why it is needed, what are the tools and technologies associated, and we gradually started into the SQL direction. Okay, I hope you understood and we match our frequency. If you want any kind of change in my delivery of training, you just give the feedback accordingly, and I will definitely improve it as per your requirement. Okay. Yeah. Anybody having any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Perfectly fine. Okay, fine. So we will meet in the next session. And till then, I had given you certain basically exploration topic that SQL Server. So you just try to do it, find out the system name, get it installed, and just installation. Uske ज़्यादा कुछ मत करना, because that installation, once it is successful installation, तो SQL understanding बहुत easy हो जाएगा आपको, फिर आप उसके बार बार इंस्टॉलेशन के इसमें नहीं मतलब प्रॉब्लम आएगा हमको, okay. So I want you can get it properly. Once it is being done, it is very easy for us to go into the much more detail about the SQL, okay. Fine, so here we stop, and I'm hoping that you like my session, okay. On this note, I'm ending the session. Goodbye, okay. Please revise the topics. Please recollect what we had discussed. I hope it's a very fast thing in during 1 hour. But yes, try to pick up and just revise the things which I had explained you during the session. Bye. Bye, everyone.